Part of it was so much like making Texas Chainsaw Massacre because it was 110 fucking degree heat index or some shit.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome again to another edition of Average Superstar TV. I'm your host, Lauren Lepre. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon, Stitcher, and iHeartRadio. We got a new episode every Monday morning. And this week, we're back in the independent film world. I got two guests coming in all the way from Florida. I got Terry Gerald and Amy Roston from Harlow's Hunt, the new independent film. They're here to talk about their new project and everything going on in their world. So Amy and Terry, welcome to Average Superstar TV.
Hey,
awesome.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us, man. It's a pleasure.
Yes, absolutely.
Finally be on your show. It's quite an honor. So thanks for having us.
Thanks for always being supportive of everything I do. And absolutely. Amy, so good to finally meet you.
Nice to finally meet you too.
Your amazing face and that amazing background. I think it's quite fantastic.
Thanks. Yeah, it's my little fancy
it's all fancy. See, my cluttered.
You rented a studio just to be on this podcast. Just tell everybody that's what you really did, right? Cool. So Ter, so you got your new movie out right now. I know it's and it says early stages. You have it out. You got DVDs available. You had a couple screenings. Tell let the audience know what's going on with this film.
Well, Harlow's Hunt is it's a small indie production we put together here in Central Florida. It's based kind of loosey-goosey on some of the creepy stuff that really is lore and legend in this area. We really want to put a spotlight on the local area to make it as much a character as any of the actors in the film too. So we shot a majority of the movie at a haunted attraction here, Sir Henry's Haunted Trail, and gorgeous sets and all, but it actually, that type of venue was part of the story as it was scripted. So it was like this perfect marriage of what was going on. Another big part of the movie was shot at a pretty popular attraction right outside Disney World called Old Town, which is it's a really cool place to hang out. It's got bars, restaurants, live music, all kinds of neat little shops. They have antique car shows. So it's a really, really happening place. And I've been going to Old Town for a long time, and I know there's tons and tons and tons of visitors that visit there. So that was kind of a fun thing to put in there, because somebody hopefully that sees our movie, you might live in Wisconsin or California or something, but they recognize it and say, hey, I was there. That's that place. So it kind of builds those connections that, this is really centering in our world here of Florida. But yeah, we're just rolling out. We're just coming out of the gate. We're out on DVD, which is available through our website, of course, Black Dog Films with a Z. And then we're working on other, broader online distribution and streaming, but we've had a lot of people want to rent it or see it somehow now. So we're also on Vimeo on demand for rent or purchase. So it's available in those two spots now, but it's going to grow from there. So that's sort of our availability and a little bit of backstory.
Sweet. And the great Amy here, how did you come part of this project?
I auditioned, and Terry was cool enough to send me the script and let me read over it. And we talked about the characters, and we both were in love with Beth's character, and that's who I ended up being cast as, is Beth. And I love Beth because there's a lot of parts of her that are me. So that made it a lot of fun. And just the story in itself, I felt like it was something really special. It was something really different. Harlow's Haunt has a dual timeline. So you see a present day cast, which I was a part of, and then you see a past cast from 1926. which is what John Dugan, his part was, he filmed in that era. And then you just see these two worlds and how they collide. And it was just a story that I hadn't heard before, and I loved everything about it. And after talking with Terry and us having several conversations, I just knew it was something I wanted to be a part of.
That's awesome. So have you been acting for a while? Are you new to this? What's your story?
Yeah, I've kind of been a performer my whole life. I grew up, doing music. I grew up in the dance studio. I'd literally get out of school, and from 4 p.m. to 10 o'clock at night, I lived in the dance studio 5 days a week. I did musical theater. I've been pursuing acting full-time now, for about 5 years. By full-time, I mean training weekly, doing auditions through my agents, self-submitting, taking classes. I was just in a comedic play last year, an all-female cast comedy play. So just my hands are a little bit all over the place, but
I think that's awesome. So you got like your hand in a lot of the punch bowls. You're just trying to see what sticks, and you're probably drawn to everything, and you're just going. You sound aggressive, and I like that.
I'm just punching away at it because this is a competitive field, and you really you got to go hard at it if you want it.
Yes, you do. I built my brand. I ran 2 film festivals for 7 years. I was running networking events through Philadelphia. I was literally saying yes to any role for a while, and you gotta, anybody knew you gotta put yourself out there, and
you really do.
You do, and even the main area, like I really just prefer to be an actor and just go from one film to the next because I could just go do my job, have that satisfaction and move on. But there I found myself directing and producing, and okay, this film over here needs a location, so I just said, I have little networks all over. I call them fishing lures. Like, yeah, I'll cast a line over there. Yeah, I'll cast a line over there. And you're just hoping that sooner or later, if something bites, that you could all right, this is where I'm going to be. And maybe I could finagle where I really just want to go to acting. But you got to do it. And then, this podcast, you're always doing something, so I like all that, Amy. That's good.
Well, that's so good because there's so much more, so many pieces to the puzzle that makes the whole thing, like your show, your podcast. I mean, that's just, another element to the whole grand scheme of things. And like, we were talking a little bit earlier about the process of making a movie, and, for casting a lot of situations or cases. I mean, that last day, like we said, you call cut on the last scene and everybody goes home, and then the filmmaker's next job starts. I mean, you start the editing, you start that whole process, then the marketing.
I can't stress enough to any actor, period, that's been in any short whatever it is, when it comes time to release, you might have that, that was 6 months ago, that was 9 months, that was a year ago, that was 2 years ago. You're back on the clock. Mm-hmm. Why did you show up for the job if you're not going to market the film? It makes absolutely no sense at all. And, I'll just do every project that I've ever done. Anyone who hasn't done that, I will not bring you back. It's not a hate thing. It's not like I dislike you, but I know where you stand. I'm an independent. Oh my gosh. I think we might have a special guest here. And we do. Look at this. John made it.
Doogie.
Oh, hey. I'm trying to. I really wanted to plug my earbuds in, but.
Take your time if you want.
They're so. How y'all doing today?
Doing all right. We're only back for about 3 minutes. So I'm glad you're here, John.
Hey, Terry.
Hey, man. How you doing?
About half.
Yeah. You look good.
Happy New Year, Dugan.
Yeah.
What?
I said Happy New Year.
Oh, yeah. God, I haven't seen you all year. Where have you been?
Yeah, 2023.
Part of it was so much like making Texas Chainsaw Massacre because it was 110 fucking degree heat index or some shit.
It was warm. That's why I wrapped.
Well working and very tight spaces. We worked in. Well, it was actually a haunted attraction in Florida.
Sir
And
Henry.
what was that?
Sir Henry's.
Sir Henry's.
The haunted trail. That was the name of it, Sir Henry's. And we were in
Oh,
that
yeah, yeah.
shed where you shot most of your scenes.
So every little space we were working in was
yeah,
little, pretty small.
Little
And you have to pack in the cast and crew in one of those things. It was just so reminiscent of Chainsaw, the way we did Chainsaw. So I just kind of fell right into it.
Yeah, you had
And
a
then
flashback.
work with Terrence and Amy, who, we couldn't have done it without Amy.
I don't know about that, but
No, seriously, Amy, honey, seriously. You pushed us to get that last fucking day done just to keep working. Let's just do it. When everybody's saying, God damn it, let's just pick this up tomorrow.
And that's the most
magic. Oh, God.
One of the most magic scenes in the whole movie, though.
Yeah.
It's
well, because we were also goddamn exhausted, I think.
It's hard to knock out a good performance when you're tired, but you have to kind of go in your head like, I've been doing this how long?
Actually, that depends on what kind of role you're playing, what kind of film, what the mood of the film is. But actually,
the scene that we're referring
sometimes as an actor, sometimes being completely burnt out, actually all this shit starts coming out that you had in you. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, and I think everybody was just super focused on the end goal, which was to get the shot. And we were working long days. We had Dugan down here for about 3 days, and we wanted to, stay on schedule with everything, but it was hot. But when it came to, I think we filmed the last scene with John and Crystal Gorski. She played the character Eldora, who had the scene inside of the shed with John, and they so beautifully and organically executed that scene that Terry didn't even cut. He just continued this one long shot and just changing the angle.
I remember, and I just stopped talking and looked at Terry and said, "You got it?" And he went, and you were just standing there on the other side of the camera.
Like in the corner
and
of the
whoa.
shed, just watching, like, what did I just witness? Because it was so gorgeous and so authentic.
Yeah.
And
we clicked. It was great.
The chemistry between the two of you was off the charts.
It was amazing. I just, if you want to call it a vibe or a feel or whatever. I mean, when we were, in there, we're, prepping to do the scene and all, going over the dialogue and everything. The more we talked, I knew, I just felt, in my heart of hearts that you knew where Harlow was going to and would end up. And I felt the same with Crystal. I felt there was this well, I guess you want to call it chemistry. There was something going, and then when we just kind of all almost at the same time said, okay, you know what your character is dealing with, and you know what your character's dealing with. Let's just do it. I mean, let's shoot it. Let's see what we get. And it was like first take, one take, like a 6.5 minute long lockdown take. And again, when we finally called cut, it was like, what in the hell just happened? What?
I know.
What happened?
Crystal and I were so focused into each other. It was just
the rhythm.
It was marvelous.
Astounding. It just
you get the right cast. Sometimes, I mean, that you feed off each other, and that's the best. I think that's the best part of making a movie is when the actors come together like that.
And then when I got into editing, it was like, oh my God, I don't know what to do with this. I don't want to do anything with it. Do a little color correction and clean up the audio and let her rip.
He was drowned in, so maybe he'll pop. You could text him and say like try to come back in, but yeah, but that even if he doesn't come back, that was still cool. He popped by and everything, but yeah, but I mean, so Tara, like, what's right now? Is there not any other screenings coming up for this film?
We are actually talking about doing a couple other screenings because we had a really good response here to our first two. We did one just almost kind of for fun. I mean, we did it at the haunt where we shot. Here, Is he coming back?
There we go.
So we did one at the haunt where we shot it at, but it was on was it the last night or one of the last nights, Amy, that they were open? It was like the first November.
And it was the end of Halloween season. And
so it was a little kind of chaotic out there. And then we did another one at a really, really cool venue in Ybor City, which is just east of Tampa. And it's a lounge called the Spookeasy Lounge. And I don't know, it's
good name.
Like, it's an awesome place. If you get a chance to look at their website, they have a lot of pictures. It's like going into the Addams Family house. I mean, they have like the big goth Victorian chairs and the decor. I mean, it's gorgeous. And John came down for that when we did a screening there. And it's a tea and kava bar. We all learned what kava and other stuff is that they sell there. And
yeah.
And it's a fun place.
Yeah, we sure did.
Yeah, we did.
Come on, girl.
Then so they have like a stage where they have different things every night of the week. They have Monday movie night. So they we're going to have as part of a double feature, and the owner saw the movie and said, "Hey, let's just feature this. Let's just make this like a feature Monday movie." Sure, why not? And the feedback was cool. I mean, we made a lot of friends there. A lot of people have come on to support the movie, and also it was a good experience. So we're wanting to take that up a notch, maybe do like more of a theatrical screening locally. So again, we're just so new rolling out of the gate. It's all these.
Are you also trying to look into like a film fest run? Because I think like something like Texas Frightmares and like Days of the Dead, I mean, into the conventions circuit, like to the right audience, I think
that'd be nice. Texas Frightmare is really hard to get into. And I was grandpa in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And I've only done,
I was at
Texas
the last one.
And I've only done it twice. I did the first year and I did it last year, and that's a tough. Yeah, it's not all that easy.
It's not that easy, right? I did watch. I was at Texas Frightmares. I saw you guys, but I did watch the festival, and those were some top name films. And but about half hour away, I made a special stop too.
Yeah,
at the gas station when I on my travels. So, yep, making my rounds. John, I tried to go over. I tried
Lauren, to. There's a whole story going on about the gas station thing now. Well, I don't know if you've heard it.
What, the cool orange cat? Huh? What, the cool orange cat that hangs out there?
No, it has to do with who owns it and who owns the rights, and it's just very.
There's a problem?
Yeah, there's some. Well, I don't know. Just look it up. I don't want to be the one to just go ha ha ha, but. But I'm feeling like, ha, ha, ha. That's how I feel.
You can do that.
Ha, ha, ha. There.
Yeah. Now, speaking of Texas Chainsaw, and
want to see my legs?
Hey,
do it again.
That reminds me of the laundromat.
Well, I have these beautiful dancer's legs but nobody believes that.
And that backlighting that you have, I feel like.
That's right. That's Stacey's Christmas lighting that she's left up. It's neat, isn't
it? Between the lighting and Amy's outer space thing.
Yeah, you're trying to top Amy's background.
He's always trying to show me up.
This is just my porch. She's got some sort of green screen thing happening there or some shit.
Yeah. She's got a natural glow that follows her. That's what I think.
The weird thing is my
self-tape backdrop with just a little bit of LED lighting, nothing crazy, just fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
So Lauren, where are you located, Daddy-o?
All right, so I'm right outside Philadelphia in South Jersey. So near where Monster Mania is, like 10 minutes.
Oh
from
yeah, right there, huh?
Yeah, I'm like it's like 10 minutes. I call it like my little short vacation, 10 minutes from my house.
I love that area of Jersey. I love the area of Jersey right across the fucking river from Philadelphia.
Yeah, I could literally be at the stadiums in 5 minutes, but yet I have my big
Yeah,
backyard.
it's fucking convenient. Plus,
Yeah.
I love Philadelphia too. But yeah, given the choice, I'd probably live right in Philadelphia. But I love that area of Jersey. You know?
Yeah, and I saw you just got announced for New Jersey HorrorCon, I believe, coming up in March.
Oh, Atlantic City. Yeah.
Atlantic City, the showboat.
Yeah,
I'm always
think of
got that.
Atlantic City being in New Jersey or something.
Yeah, that's right on the boardwalk, and they actually have a film festival. So Tara, that might be one you might want to submit to. I know, and plus with John being there, maybe he could introduce the film if you guys get in.
You sound like robots all of a sudden. Robots.
The secret's out.
Yeah.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Gotcha. Yeah. I was saying if New Jersey HorrorCon has a film festival, so I was telling Tara maybe you should try to submit to it because if you get in, maybe you could.
Fuck, that's a good idea.
Yeah. And maybe you could announce the film before it plays or something. So
that would be
yeah.
That's a good idea.
That's a good theater because that was at House of Blues at one point. So it's nice. It's got like the double column rows. Yeah. So yeah, that's a very good venue. Very large. It's a casino.
Last time I did Atlantic City, it was in a hotel right on the boardwalk, essentially. Some hotel casino, and I don't know what it was even called now.
They change names all the time, minus like the main.
I know. Well, it was a long time ago. It was like I'll tell you. I can tell you exactly when it was ago. It was 9 years ago in December, in the first week of December. It's when the last time I was there.
Hey, John, being the Texas one of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre family, like one of the original people, how is it when you're at conventions meeting all the fans?
Oh, they're great. I love my fans, and my fans love me. I live for that shit. And you know what? They've kept me alive for the last once I started winding down my actual real job, my Social Security, and I had my personal appearances, and it's a huge part of what keeps me alive, and then a couple films a year, and I live out in the country, and I drive around on dirt roads with my dog in the afternoon, and yeah, I live a pretty fucking cool life, actually. I'm a happy man. But to answer your question, it's great. I love meeting my fans. I love it.
And the fans, though, they take care of it. They take care of you. They love these films. They love the actors, the directors, their icons.
Oh, hell yeah! If it wasn't for them, we would be. I'd be pumping gas down at the pumping ethyl at the gas station.
The gas station.
Not the woman behind the counter, but just the actual. Never mind.
Yeah.
Well, I think
there's no such thing as pumping ethyl anymore. I guess is there. See, okay, Amy. There used to be two kinds of gasoline: regular and ethyl.
Yes.
So that's what that. Never mind. She's looking at me like, God, you're a fucking asshole.
No, I'm not drinking
She
it.
shot me a look like, oh, for Christ's sake.
I don't have it on tap at my house. But no, you're right. I think it would be fun to maybe hook up at some of the cons that you're at this year. Why not? I mean, we have the cons in Central Florida that we're going to head up that we did last year and do some panels and hopefully we'll just stream the film and enter into the feature film competitions that they'll have. But, it'd be fun to hook up on the road with you, Doogie. Let's
oh, God, it'd be great. It'd be great.
Yeah.
No,
that's definitely.
Count me in.
That's definitely on the must-do list. Yeah, but it's so much fun to be at a con with John, and I kind of look back at the fans and watching John and the other legacy actors. I don't know if you want to call it that, from like TCM, and see the fans still so engaged, and the new fans and all responding to the movie. I mean, that's got to be such a cool feeling. I mean, it's not.
Oh, there's a fan born every damn minute, Terry.
Yeah.
You know? And it's neat to see the new one. You know?
And that Texas Frightmare is like all of you collectively in your aisle. I mean, you'd never not had a line.
It was unbelievable. I had by Sunday, I could barely hold a pen in my hand. That's how many autographs I said. I'm not shitting you, Lauren. That's how it was. Just 8 hours a day, sign, and my hand was like.
I was. So I will normally the last 5 or 6 years I take a couple of weeks and I drive cross country because I love just to see how great our country is. So I always schedule it around a convention. So the year before it was like Horror Hound, and last year it was Texas Frightmare. And I've been
the Horror Hound in Cincinnati or the Horror Hound in Indianapolis.
Indianapolis. But
Indianapolis. I've never done Cincinnati. It's supposed to be just incredible, but I've done Indianapolis twice.
But I remember this past one though. I revolved my final stop before I came back was Texas Frightmares, and that was a great crowd. I chime in with comments back and forth with you here and there on Facebook. I want to come over and just introduce myself in person, but you had such a big line. I'm like,
oh yeah, man.
I didn't get near you.
I didn't caught me in the bar 3 hours after that. I would have bought you a fucking drink.
Yeah. You guys were all
the bar after the show was the place to hang out.
Yeah, I remember you guys.
Robert Englund was there, and
everyone was there.
Oh shit, Robert. Because I talked to him for a while.
A lot of the Screamcast were there. A lot of the Screamcast. Lance Henriksen.
Yeah, he was there. We were all there. One big fucking two tables. All of us just. It was so much fun.
Yeah, you guys did really good. I remember I had the van out front. You guys all got your picture with that one, from the movie outside. So
yeah.
Yeah, that was a great weekend.
Alan found that van, and he found somebody. He found the band, and he found somebody to paint it the original color. And he travels around doing, appearances, doing a photo op. It's great. He's having a blast. He just turned 80. We just had I couldn't make it down because I was sick. But he had his 80th birthday bash at the house in
Kingsland. I went out for that.
Kingsland. You were there, yes, you were there, and I was ill, but he's just having a ball. So he took the van out there, and he celebrated his birthday out there. And he is really having so much fun.
That's marvelous.
Oh my God, he called me today. I call him back. I'm sick of it.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. Eddie was out there. It was a good turnout out
there. He loves his fans more than anyone, and he's the one that remembers. If we're all doing a Q&A together, in a packed theater, which happens now. Fucking wild.
Yeah. Edwin's definitely my favorite character.
You love me. I feel like Sally Fields, You love me. You really love me. But Alan is the one who, before we sign off, always stops and says, thank all of you. And he goes in depth about it. He doesn't say thanks to you that we're here. He goes, he really puts his heart into it. Have you seen him do that, Terry, before?
You know, yeah,
He
and
really, I mean, look, it'll bring tears to your eyes. You know?
he is so connected. And when we were out in Texas, on the lawn in front of the house, they had a big blow up screen, kind of like we had, Amy, at the one screener, and they showed um, After Dark on the big screen. And so I was sitting there with Alan at the table, and we were chit chatting a little bit, and then it's kind of rolling into the movie, the early van scenes and the driving and all. And I had this kind of wave come over me, like, this is pretty surreal. I'm sitting here with Alan watching the movie, and he's like kind of giving me like play by play what was going on during the shooting, and interactions with Toby and how they set the shots up and everything. And I'm like, oh my God, is this really happening? And but you could tell it was coming from somewhere inside him. It was so sincere. But when
absolutely, yes,
it wasn't like he wasn't bragging or what. It was just like he was just really. It was just, again, there was a magic to listening to him, and I just soaked every syllable in. It's like this.
Oh
this
yeah,
is
he's
such
so
an amazing
cool.
experience. Yeah, he's an awesome guy. I mean, I just love him.
And he's so humbled by the fact that 50 years later, people still want to see him. He can't believe, it's like, oh my God, that was 50 years ago. You know what I mean?
He's definitely.
How can you possibly want to talk to me? He's just so humble about it.
For me, Edwin, yeah, he's one of my favorite characters ever in a horror movie. I wish I could have crossed the worlds with him and Crazy Ralph from Friday the 13th. I want to make a comedy where they're on a road trip together. It's always been in my head.
Yeah, speaking of road trips.
Wouldn't that be the funniest? Crazy Ralph and the Hitchhiker going somewhere together in a car. It'd be the best movie ever.
That would be a great one.
Yep.
It's a story.
Speaking of road trip movies, and this is totally off subject, but my gummies just kicked in, so I don't give a rat's ass. What was I talking about? Oh, so
road trip.
Gummies and Gatorade, the two G's, they really go well together.
Gummies.
Because these gummies, you have to have Gatorade because otherwise you can't. Pardon?
How long of a shoot was this film? Was it a month, few weeks? What was?
We were actually talking about that last night. I think we had like 18 shooting days.
Okay.
But it was stretched out over like almost 2 months, I think.
Yeah, it was about two and a half months. We started shooting about mid-April and kind of wrapped roughly toward the end of July. But we had to work around work schedules and in life, everybody.
Did you by chance did you guys take a week off and do it, or was you guys like a weekend warriors doing this?
Kind of weekend warriors.
Weekend, yeah.
Well,
all those young actors, they have day jobs and shit. So
yeah.
I think there was 1 week where we filmed like several days in a row during the week, but most of them were on the weekends, and it was about from the end of April to the very end of June. And by the end of June, we had wrapped and were in post, but it was about 18 days. So
yeah. So
Amy, Cherry, speaking of, I just mentioned the young actors in the film. They're also wonderful. Where did you find them?
They are pretty much all locals, and a lot of word of mouth. I mean, I threw a couple kind of loose casting. I almost not sure it's calling a casting call, but just sort of hey, putting this little movie together. Is anybody interested in doing this wacky little project? And Lauren, you probably know, it's just like sticking your hand in a piranha tank. It was like an avalanche. Shit, I had like 800,000 emails in a day, and so then you start kind of working through that. But yeah, right, John.
That's a great analogy. I mean, that.
Yeah, it's like
I'm sorry, that tickles the shit out.
But yeah, it was mostly all local.
It would have been better if you said you stuck your dick in a piranha tank.
Hey, now
he wouldn't be here now.
Because I immediately translated
into the next movie. Someone sticks their wiener in the piranha tank.
Have you guys ever seen that movie called The Toy with Richard Pryor?
Yes, I had
yeah.
on the show. Yes, a great flick.
Runs out, he's getting all tore by the piranhas.
Yeah.
Was it Jackie Gleason or something?
Yeah, Jackie Gleason, Richard Pryor, and Scotty Swartz.
Yeah, Jackie Gleason bought
Such
him.
a fun movie.
Yeah, that movie's
Oh,
40
I love that film. It was not well respected. Really, it didn't do as well as it should have.
Well,
I
That was
love
something
that.
I watched
film.
over and over
I
again.
still have it on DVD.
I loved
A
it.
great flick.
wasn't that Pryor's last movie?
No, I
No.
don't. Hey, come on, Lauren. You
It
don't
was
have no,
Pryor's first
you
movie.
don't have no laser disc?
Oh.
I only watch it on laser disc, Lauren.
Yeah, all right. Well, you one up me on that one, friend.
I'm
Keep
sorry
on,
to crack
dig out
myself
my
up.
beta
I'm in a rocking chair, too. That's why I'm on my porch rocker. Hey, everybody.
That was Richard's first film after his incident. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, I'll settle down here.
No, you won't.
But that's awesome, dude. 18 days. I think that's a good amount of time. I mean, you beat me. I did the whole dark military in 10 days, but I mean, that was the right cast, the right locations, and the right setups.
Yeah.
Like all it was like, we are going to flow here. That's one thing.
Yeah.
Well, just
Magic
completely running gun, Lauren. Just bang, 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 bang. Like guerrilla film? Are you talking about like guerrilla filmmaking or?
Everyone was set up. I just said, listen, guys, I got the rest. We got the red cams. We got 2 cameras here. I'm going to handle everything, but I need you. We are pressed on time. Everybody, please come prepared. Everybody knows their lines. I got the rest. I will handle everything. And that's what happened. We knocked it right out.
It's the difference when you have a cast and crew in place that show up ready. And we might have wrapped a couple of days sooner, but it's Florida and the weather is so unpredictable. And a lot of our scenes were exterior, so there were days we got rained out. But other than that, we showed up and stuck with what we needed to get done and knocked it out. So I was pretty thrilled about that.
Yeah, we had when we shot at Old Town, we had a lot of. It was a public place. They opened their doors to us, and we shot a lot in like this one bar restaurant type thing. And so we had a lot of working around the fact that there was still all these businesses going on around us. So we had to be conscious of what's in the background, who's in the background, what's going on. So we had to kind of keep the set sanitized, I guess.
And you have to work around the noise of the other businesses too.
And work around.
Boy, that's always
environmental factors.
It turned into be not such a great idea after all, but you're in it. I mean,
you're right.
Terry. Well, it kind of turned out.
It's the chance you take, and now you know.
Yep.
Again, when I said I shot my flick in like 10 days, like I had all this open land, like there was no distractions. It was going to fail. It was going to be because of us or me, so, or the weather, which we were blessed on for 10 days. Like, wow, wow. Thank you.
Seriously.
Yeah.
That's worth $1 million right there.
Yeah.
Fuck.
The other location we shot at the Haunt at Sir Henry's, it was their off season, which is cool in the middle of summer and then they start doing their build outs for the Halloween season. And they were building like all new sets and everything like that, but they were letting us use some of the old sets before they took them down or remodeled them. And those people, guys and girls at Sir Henry's, they were like all but rolled out the red carpet for us. They were like, anything you guys need, take all the time you want. So we were under like zero pressure there, other than just watching for the rain clouds and the environmental crap. But they made it so easy for us. Like if we needed power, just raise your hand. Somebody will be out here to help you. I mean, they were just so good to us. So they were awesome. That made a huge difference.
That's wonderful. You have people like that, because there's a lot of sometimes you get those location managers that get you the spot, but they didn't explain that you need to be there for 12 to 15 hours. They think you're going to be out of there in 2 hours or something. Be like, oh no,
we won't even be.
They don't explain
Oh
it.
yeah,
Right. Yeah.
no, they don't. They don't get that.
Yeah.
We were so lucky that the owners, you know, they've become really good friends of ours at this point, and they support everything that we do, and we turn around and support their business as well. But they showed up, like Terry said, anything we needed, they were there doing electrical work. You know, I think the last night we were there till about 4 a.m. shooting, you know, just completely overnight, and they were just so happy to be a part of something so special. They saw the value in what we were doing, and I hope we get to go back there because it's just a great place.
It seems like a good spot for your sequel if they were that accommodating.
Yeah, they're really cool, and I can't say enough about the quality of the people, the quality of their venue, just for their regular Halloween. They're getting ready to do a Valentine's Day hunt, and they're one of the best in Florida. And
Yeah.
Wow.
you
You know what? I've never heard of a Valentine's Day haunt before.
Oh yeah,
but that sounds fascinating to me.
Yeah, they do.
I'm
one for
digging it
Christmas.
right now. Huh?
They do Halloween, they do Christmas, and they do Valentine's Day, and they go all out, and it's amazing.
Yeah, I know I've seen Christmas haunts, but I've never seen Valentine's Day before.
They actually the where we shot the scenes in and if you've seen the movie, there's toward the end there's a hallway scene, and we shot that in one of the haunted mazes that had been their Valentine's Day thing, and it's like a big giant chapel, like a big church thing, but of course the maze, you know, it's got all the hallways you go through, but it was like a wedding party that had been massacred, and it was just amazing. But it was so cool to shoot in there. But you know, we're like, you know, 2 a.m, you know, we're
that was on the right as you pull in. That was on the right, the large building on the right.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Cool.
Yeah, that was so
And
cool.
it was
I didn't know
spooky
that's
out
where
there.
you shot that.
Like,
What?
it was spooky. Not much freaks me out, but especially the nights that we were shooting really late with Dugan, and we were kind of wrapping up, and I was going back and, you know, loading up the car with the chairs and things like that. At one point I looked around and realized that I was the only one walking back to that location.
Yeah.
by myself.
Yeah. A
And
little
I
bit
got
creepy,
freaked
was it?
out. I went and grabbed Joe Ridgely in the Escape, and I was like, "You gotta walk back there with me. Like, I can't see shit, and like, there's all these mannequins, and I don't know. It's really eerie."
Well, the cool
At
thing
night.
about where the story takes place at a haunt out in the middle of nowhere, and this is a haunt out in the middle, kind of, well, it's right off the interstate, but it seems like it's out in the middle of nowhere. It's all like wooded. Like when you go through the mazes, you're not like always in a building. They'll take you outside and you'll walk through the woods. You know, they'll have, you know, characters and all. I mean, you just don't know what you're doing. It's really creepy.
On you. I mean, it happened to me. But
And Amy was scared. I was scared.
Well, Tara, what's next for anyone listening right now for this film before we take it home here?
Well, we're again, just again, very appreciative for you and your attention to have us all on.
Absolutely.
And you know, I've been wanting to do this, be on your show for a long time. And so again, I'm really excited about just being here and all the fun we've had chatting tonight. So thank you very much for having us. And the love and everything that we're getting from the movie, the reviews are coming in solid. We're hearing, you know, crazy comparisons to other movies, and some of the reviewers saying, "Hey, it made me feel like this. It made me feel kind of, you know, should I call like the authorities and see if the actors are okay?" You know, things like these weird little comments. I'm like, real. That's astounding to hear. I was like, so, yeah. And you know, I just love hearing that stuff. So it's touching people in a, you know, whatever touchy feely way it's doing. But so that's really lit our creative fire for continuing the story. There's a lot of story here. Harlow's Haunt, this movie is kind of a snippet out of this thing. So we're wanting to bring more. And I'll not give any spoilers. It's going to be cut from the same cloth, but it's going to be a lot of gear shifting going on. The story's pretty dense. There's a lot of layers going on in the story. So there's going to be questions answered and more questions introduced. Along the way, we have some other little surprise projects that are going to pop up here and there and continue to kind of, there's a bit of a blurry line between fiction and reality that we're growing. And so it's a lot of fun. We want to make it fun. We want to make it like a roller coaster ride for the audience. So that's what we got going.
Cool. The trailer's online.
The trailer is online. It's on our where we have a YouTube channel that has the trailer. It's just under Harlow's Haunt Movie on YouTube, and I've got some new stuff I'm going to be posting up there in the next few days. But we've got a couple BTS behind the scenes short things on there. We've got the trailer. We're going to have another trailer coming pretty soon. Our website, Black Dog Films with a Z.com. We have a Harlow's Haunt page there where there's the trailer is also there. There's some other content there. We're posting review links. You can order the DVD. Got some fancy merch coming, nice thermal cups and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, we're just kind of just continuing to push it every day. Get the word out. We've got a really good like our Facebook group, for example. Every day I look at it, we've got X number, how many new members have joined, and it's harlowshauntmovie.com on Facebook, or Harlow's Haunt Movie on Facebook. And so we try to keep everyone engaged and again having fun with this. And we consider the audience as part of the project as any of us are. I mean, it's without viewers, I mean, what the heck. So we want to kind of keep the fun going, keep it spooky, not predictable at all. We want to really throw curveballs every chance we can, and make it give you the feels.
Sweet. Tara, thanks so much for coming on. Amy, do you thank you so much for coming on as well. Do you have any plugs, anything else going on in the works?
Well, thank you for having us. It's people like you who are part of the same universe that we are. We're independent filmmakers, and you taking the time to have us on your show and help us spread the word about our movie. We can't thank you enough. So thank you so much for that. And just moving forward, you can check us out on all of the social media panels at Harlow's Haunt. My personal actors page on Instagram is amy.robson. And, Terry and I are going to continue to spend a lot of time together this year, mapping out. We honestly, since we wrapped the first film, it was like the next day we jumped into the second one because all these ideas just kept flowing out of us. So our mission this year is to, get that script completed and, get a chance to shoot that. I'm not sure when, maybe at the end of the year, maybe the beginning of next year. But in the meantime, we're fully focused on marketing this film. Terry and I work every single day. We talk every day, how we can market, how we can push it, what different things we can do. And it's slowly getting out there and the reviews are coming in. And like Terry said, they're very interesting. It's positive and it's exciting to see where this could go.
Good, because you two seem very hungry and very on the same page too, and that's important. So that's wonderful. John, I know I plugged it earlier for you. I know you're going to be in New Jersey HorrorCon in Atlantic City in March, but anything else?
Oh yeah, I have too many to remember right now, but we're coming up on our. Well, actually, 1973 is our the year we filmed, so yes. 2023 is 50-year anniversary of the actual filming of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. 50 fucking years. That's mind-boggling. I mean, wrap your head around that.
Yeah,
wrap your head around that after a couple of tokes. What I got, but whoa. Wow. And then it was released in, this is the first time, you have a scoop on this. It was released in 74.
Yes.
And filmed in 73. So our plan is to ride 50-year anniversary like for 2 fucking years. So I'm booking like crazy right now.
I think the fans are gonna love it and be all about it. It's awesome.
Hardcore fans will know
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
when we filmed. You know what I mean? And then the other people will know when it was released. So
sweet.
Well, that'll be great.
Well, Terry
yeah.
and John, thank you so much for being a part of Average Superstar TV and giving me your time. I think this.
Oh hell, it's been great talking to you, Lauren. And by the way, I'm always available for casting.
You got it, brother. I'll keep you in mind. I was talking to Terry earlier about an idea or two, so I will definitely
Okay, I didn't mean to get all like
you and your dog. I'll get
promotional.
your dog in the movie too, so you could be together.
There you go.
Yeah, fucking A.
But I think this audience for taking their time to check out the channel again, and I will see you next week. And with that, I will say that the party is over.